Do you guys hear that? That is one of the calls to prayer that plays over the loudspeaker here in Kuala Lumpur. You hear the call to prayer many times throughout the day. And actually where I'm staying, I can hear it from my apartment. And to be honest, I have no idea, of course, what the call to prayer is saying, what the lyrics, the verses, whatever it is. But it's quite peaceful sometimes to hear. Just to hear it off in the distance. Just like a prayer over you. See? It's very loud, and it's a significant thing to this culture, to this region of the world, just like it was in Turkey when I visited there a few years ago. Today we're exploring an area very close to where we're staying, very close to the Petronas towers. It is called Kampung Baru. Excuse my pronunciation, that was probably really bad, but that is the name of it. And from what I understand, it is a region, it is a district, it is a part of the city here within the central area of the high-rises like the Petronas Tower, the KL Tower, the new building that's over there that's being built. And it's a little bit of a walk back in time. That is a preservation of history of the original side of Kuala Lumpur, of Malaysia. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna walk through this area and we're gonna explore it. We're gonna take some videos, some first impressions, try some food, and right now it is actually a little past 1 o'clock and I'm pretty hungry, so I need to find some local food. But the other thing is, it's really hot out today. It is 32 degrees so far, and today there isn't so much of an overcast sky like there has been a few days. Very sunny, so what we're gonna do is try to stay under the shade here and not sweat to death. But let's see what we can get into in this region.
What we do here is go back.
So check it out here, guys. This is the flag of Kuala Lumpur. You can see it here. It has tigers on the coat of arms. There is some writing on there. I'm not really sure what it says, as it's in Arabic, I believe. But really, really cool. It has the same colors as the Ecuador flag, I believe. The yellow, the blue, and the red. That's what the flag looks like here for Kuala Lumpur. The Malaysian flag, on the other hand, looks a little bit like the United States flag. You can see it over there against the building. There's one up here, but it's red, white, and blue with a moon and a sun. Very interesting to see how the flag is in comparison to some of the other countries, and it looks a little bit similar, but it is unique in its own way. So we've been walking for about 5 minutes, give or take, maybe 7 minutes, and the streets are insanely quiet. Like, you hear the call to prayer, you hear the trees just blowing in the wind, a little bit of noise from the vehicles passing by, but there's not many people out here. Even a lot of the restaurants, they appear to be closed for now. Maybe during the mid-afternoon, places aren't open. I don't know what the deal is. It is Ramadan, so that probably changes things a bit, and many of the locals are eating, late at night. So maybe it's better to come here in the evening. I'm not really sure. So as I was saying, this is like a historic area, kind of. As you can see, these buildings are very, very different than the modern high-rise apartments, condominiums. You have a lot of local 1-level, 2-level homes over here, and it's very interesting to see the comparison between here and just a couple minutes of a walk to all the high-rises. And even over here, there's lots of greenery. You can see the street is lined with trees, so it's very shady. very comfortable to be even in the hot sun. Can you guys see the beautiful mosque behind me with the green dome and the tower where they're doing the prayer out of? Really, really beautiful. I just love how the mosques look. They're always so well detailed with colors, the blue tiles sometimes, and then you have like the writing all over it. It's a really beautiful structure, how they design it and how they build it everywhere in the world where there's the mosque. But here you can see this is a street with a lot of street food tents, but everything is closed. I assume this is for late at night and before sunrise for the people who are participating in Ramadan. Unfortunate. I guess it should have came out in the evening, but it's okay. Let's make something out of this day. We'll still continue around and explore. There is a couple stores in here, so I might have to hop in there and get a drink. We've worked our way down the street a little bit more, and things are appearing to be more open than the beginning. Look, there's some food here. It looks like empanadas. They're making juice. Let's see what else we can find over here. Air balloon. So we kind of found ourselves in like a bazaar area. Lots of products for sale and a little bit of food. Not much food, just mostly products. So we're just walking through and getting a glimpse of how this place looks. I'll tell you, cloud cover makes a world of a difference. It is hot, but yeah, it's really, really interesting and really odd to me that everything just seems so quiet, so closed, almost like COVID times a little bit. And that's really probably because of Ramadan. It's just very quiet in this area. There's not much happening, and we really haven't found any food. There were some snacks on the side of the road, but it wasn't really anything I really wanted to get into. I want to get a nice meal, so what we might end up doing is just walking towards the mall and checking out the restaurants that are in the mall and having a nice Malaysian meal in there, also getting out of the heat and cooling off. So we'll see. So there's this really cool tunnel here called the Pintasan Salaman or something like that. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it connects part of the city to the other part of the city that goes over the highway. You know, sometimes you have to cross the highway, sometimes you have to go under. This one you go over, and it's got this really cool modern design with glass, and it keeps the sun off you as you cross over the highway, as you would be very exposed. And it's really cool because right when you get to the end of it, you're just staring at the Petronas towers. So as you can see, the Petronas towers are right there behind me. And then right at the bottom of this actually is a little cemetery or a graveyard within the city. It looks extremely old. And there's a lot of pieces that are knocked over, unfortunately, but I wonder how old it is. You see this here, guys? Look behind me. There is not as many people here as there was when I passed through the other day. That is probably because of the raging sun this afternoon. It is hot and it's just reflecting off of the Petronas towers. So if you want a photo, come here during the day when there's less people. You'll get a good photo. In the evening time, it is much more crowded, but we're gonna head into this mall here. It is the famous mall inside where I came the other day to get my SIM card and everything, and they got a lot of good food in here, so we're gonna get something local instead of walking around the streets sweating and trying to find something to eat. Alright, so we're in the mall now, and I actually had to go to a bank to ask them to exchange a bill that I got out of the ATM. The ATM gave me huge bills, 100s, and nobody is taking them. I've been denied like 3 times trying to use it, so they gave me some other ones. Let me show you the currency here. This is the 50 here, the 50 ringgit. It's something like maybe $10, I believe. Really cool. And then we have a 10 ringgit. The 10 ringgit is orange. This is about $2. And so more commonly here is the 10, the 20, and the 1. And right now I'm going to try to spend some of this in a sweet shop. Oh wow. Look at all these cookies. Chocolate chip, macadamia, chip pecan.
Yes, order.
Here is the famous Amos freshly baked cookies. Let's try it out. That's pretty good. I just need a cup of milk. But these cookies here were 4.90 ringgit, so a little bit more than $1. A little pricey, but that's because of their fame. This is what I would love to have right before I go to bed every night. Good way to gain weight. We were just walking in the mall. We smelt it from the shop as we walked by, and I couldn't avoid buying it.